Welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be on part 2 of the New York Jets offensive series. If you have not seen part 1, the link will be in the description for you to go check it out. I'm going to show you one of the most dominant concepts that a lot of people, competitive players, do not want you to know. Now, notice how we're motioning the running back from the left of field over to the right of field. The reasoning for that is not because of blocking, but it's because on that left of field, with the mechanics in this game, since we motion the running back over to the right, that leaves one wide receiver on the left of field, and in that case, in this formation, it's going to make the defense play man-to-man on that route regardless if they want to or not. They can be in a cover 2, 3, 4, whatever. It's going to make that defender play man on that route, and that route destroys man-to-man coverage. And the reason why this is probably the best play in Madden is because we can block our running back and drag route B. B is going to take the zones down. Any yellow zones in a cover 2, cover 3, cover 4 are going to get drawn down to the drag. Any zones on the outside right to cover RB are going to be flooded downfield by A. And since the safety by A is being taken away, it's leaving a delayed in route on the left side of the field as our last read. That's going to be wide open because all the zones are exploited. Notice how there is a gap wide open in the middle of the field. Now, the reason again why this is the best play in Madden is because we have a route that is impossible to guard without guarding manually with RB. With that being said, how are they going to guard a route that can only be guarded manually if there's another route on the left of the field on the in route that can be only taken away by a user? Another reason why I like this play is because the drag route is so noticeable that anybody that is trying to defend this play is going to basically bite down on the drag. Any type of competitive player will tell you drags carry a lot of attention because it's the first read within everybody's playing on linebackers mainly. So they're going to try to take away that drag. So if they don't take the drag because they know the RB route's coming, then you have an easy pass to RB. If they do take RB, then the drag is there. If they don't take the drag or RB, then somebody's always going to be open, and no matter what, the in route would be open unless manually guarded. They cannot guard both routes at the same time. Now, okay, since we broke down that route combination, we're going to move on to step 2. We're going to go on to setup number 2. Our number 2 setup with this play is what is opened up by running our base setup. Our base setup looked like this. As we shown before, it looked like this. Now, what we want to change differently with this is now that they're keying on a route that they have to guard manually, which is the RB route and the X route, what we're going to do is switch it up by putting RB on an in route. What that's going to do is he is still going to make that hesitation, as it's going to make it look like he's stopping for the hitch route, but then he's going to carry on to his route of the in route. What that's going to do is going to allow us to make a read to where we can leave B on the flat. So our overall setup is going to look like this. I'm going to repeat it. We're going to in route RB, and we're going to leave B on a flat, and we're going to motion the running back over to the right and block them. Now, our first read is going to be to RB. RB can be wide open off snap, and we can hit him, or what's going to happen is it's going to make their user bite down on that because they think the little hitch route, the little dig route is coming because we showed it to them prior to running this. So when they bite down on RB, that's going to leave the flat wide open if they're backed off in, say, a cover 4 or a Tampa type formation. Then we have a quick hit to the flat. So our first read is RB, our second read is B, our third read is X route. X route is always going to be there because we're motioning the running back over unless they manually guard it. Let's take a look at this play. Notice how the linebackers bit down on the in route. With the running back blocking, it gives us extra protection to know that we have time to, wait till our third read develops. But the switching of RB is the biggest thing because people are always going to want to try to take away that dominant dig route. It's just going to leave something open every single time. Now, if they're in a cover 4, let's take a look at a cover 4. Okay, we have our defense in a cover 4. Now that they're in a cover 4, notice how we can put our tight end on the in route setup and our flat. Our flat should be there due to the fact that a cover 4 set is going to drop back. It's going to allow our flat to develop on the side of the field. That's an easy gain every single time. Let's take a look at it again. In route, tight end, motion running back over, block them. First read is going to be RB, and at a quick glance, our second read is going to be B. Our third read is going to be X, but kind of make the reads similar. You want to be able to look at RB out kind of like your corner of your eye as you're looking at right off snap, the flat route, because if the flat's there, we're going to take it. If not, then we're going to wait it out and we're going to wait for the third route to develop. Now that I went over the setup, the two setups that I use, I have another setup coming, but that's going to be a little bit later in the video. We're going to put the defense on a random zone. This is going to be any zone. Like, I'm not going to cut the video, anything. It's just I'm going to run through every zone and show you. Okay, setup. We're going to do our base setup. We're going to motion running back over, block the running back, drag route, the B receiver, circle on PS4. And we're going to look at this setup multiple times against different defenses. Boom. RB's open because the zone's stretched. Second time. I don't know what defense the computer's in as I put it on random, but we're just going to keep running it and show you that this play is going to work every single time. It's there. I don't want to make that read to RB. I hit the delayed route because with motioning the running back over, it makes the man play man to man, whether he wants to or not. Okay, this is yet again another random defense. We're going to show you the in-routed version. Okay, first read, flats covered, we'll wait, hit it over the top. That route is going to be there every single time, unless it is user guarded. Now, if you want to make things really complicated for your opponent, you can leave the flat route on the running back there. You can leave, it's a great route to leave also. But with all the nickel 2 blitzing that's going on, I'll get to it. I have a perfect nickel cover 2 blitz stopper. Like it'll block nickel 2 blitz and give us a route that we can hit almost every single time. But until then, we're going to show you this setup. If you do run this setup where you motion the running back over and leave the flat route, what that flat's going to do is it's going to make any hook zones, yellow zones on the field, play shallow. They're going to bite down on that. Now we're going to put the tight end on an in route. That's going to allow the zones to have to choose whether they want running back or the in route. With that being said, if we see that our user is going after the in route, then you'll notice that the flat route's going to be there all day if they go for the user. If both are guarded, then we go to our third read to X. Now another thing I like to do is I like to motion over and lead the flat route. That gives us a way to attack the field, because think of it this way. If we force the opponent to where we force it with this concept to make them play man-to-man on the left side of the field, if they're in the cover 2 Tampa, that hook zone is going to play man, or that cloud flat's going to play man coverage. So that leaves the flats wide open. So if we leave the hitch route there, or rather the dig route there on RB, and we also have a flat, we can in route the B receiver. That's going to allow the RB to still be open. So our first read is going to be RB. Our second read is going to be flat or the B route on the in route. And our final read is going to be X receiver. Notice how the zone's backed up so deep that it wouldn't play the flat. That's because nobody was in that area to step into his zone, so he wouldn't commit. So we're going to have the flat there all day also. So how are they going to guard the RB route that's always open? And then how are they going to guard the B route that gets open off snap? And how are they going to guard, all the right side of the field, the shallow and the delayed in route? It is impossible to stop. I have seen many offenses this year of the top, competitive players and friends and things, but this literally is the best offensive play. I'm going to be posting gameplay of me playing real cash wagers with using this scheme and give you guys proof of this. Now let's take a look at the setup that goes against the nickel 2 blitz, the most popular defense this year right now in Madden. We're going to pretend that our defense is in a nickel 2 blitz that's coming off the left side. Our setup is going to be max protect by pressing LB, and we're going to press up on the D-pad, L1 and up on the D-pad on PS4. And what we're going to do is we're going to motion the tight end over to the left, and then we're going to press LB or L1 on PS4 and D-pad to the left to slide protect to the left. Now the problem with a lot of people against the nickel 2 blitz is that it's so hard to slide protect and block and pick up that you have to literally block 7 people to even slow it down. So if you're blocking that many people, it's very hard to find a combination of 3 routes that gives you somebody to be open. Now with this, it gives us a layers concept to where we can hit B route off the end, or we can hit a high point lead pass to A route. Due to with the way the cover 2 nickel is set up, it's going to be a hole there in the seam off the snap. So we just progress through our reads with B. We hit B, or we wait for the in route to develop. The reason why the in route is there is because it's going to be a cover. So I hope you guys like what I brought you in part 2. This has been probably the best offense I've had for a while. If you guys want to check out what's to come on part 3, you can check out the link in the description. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content. I have many videos to come, breakdowns on anything that you need to learn. I will have it coming to my channel. Hope you guys enjoy, and until next time, thank you. I'm out.